Trump wants rare earth elements from Ukraine in exchange for military aid.
PM directs ministries, agencies to kickstart 2025 tasks.
Many workers return to work after Tet holiday. Journey of making a living.
You're watching today's news on NTV. My name is Nguyễn Thị and I will be your guide through today's latest update. President Trump indicated on Monday that he wants a deal for rare earth element and other items from Ukraine in exchange for continued military aid in the nation's war against Russia.
And I've seen people brutalized.
President Trump, speaking to reporters at the White House, said Ukraine was willing, adding that he wants equalization from Ukraine for Washington's close to $300 billion in support. Rare earths are a group of 17 metals used to make magnets that turn power into motion for electric vehicles, cell phones, wind turbines, and military equipment. Ukraine contains large deposits of uranium, lithium, and titanium. The U.S. has only one operating rare earths mine and very little processing capacity, although several companies are working to develop projects in the country. President Trump's offer comes as Ukraine is facing uncertainties about U.S. aid.
A pro-Russian paramilitary leader from eastern Ukraine was killed on Monday when a bomb tore through parts of a luxury apartment block in Moscow.
TASS state news agency called the bombing a well-planned assassination. The bomb detonated just as Sarkisian, accompanied by his bodyguards, entered the basement of the Scarlet Sails complex on the banks of the Moskva River just 12 kilometers from the Kremlin. One bodyguard was killed and 3 others were injured in the blast. Investigators are now trying to identify those who ordered the bombing.
The first working day following Tet break, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính chaired a meeting between permanent government members and ministry and agencies in Hanoi to assess the Tet situation and deploy key tasks after Tet holiday.
The Prime Minister requested ministries, branches, and localities to strictly implement 13 main groups of tasks and 67 specific tasks for ministries, agencies, and localities to focus on implementing immediately after Tet. Among these priorities is the critical monitoring of market supply, demand, and prices of essential goods and services after Tet to promptly have solutions to balance supply and demand, stabilize market prices. Furthermore, he urged to promote public investment, especially important national projects and works, national target programs. Ministries and agencies were asked to implement drastically and effectively the streamlining of their organizational structures, pay attention to implementing measures to ensure labor safety, implement social security policies well, determined to complete the program to eliminate temporary and dilapidated houses in 2025. Along with that, continue to urgently, seriously, synchronously, and effectively implement the tasks and solutions approved by the central government, National Assembly, government, and Prime Minister.
Coming up next are some updated news.
Since February 3rd, factories in VSIP Nagi and Industrial Park have returned to production. With professional, sure and strong steps, VSIP projects in Nagi and have received large capital from the world's leading corporations. Accordingly, VSIP2 Nagi and Industrial Park was honored to receive an investment certificate from the leaders of Nagi and province for a huge textile project. The Mega Textile Vietnam Project. The project is being implemented on a total area of over 51 hectares in the Southeast Economic Zone. With a total project investment of $590 million United States dollars. Along with the appearance of the large Mega Textile Vietnam Project, the total accumulated investment capital in VSIP Nagi and Industrial, Urban and Service Park, VSIP Nagi and 1 Industrial Park and VSIP Nagi and 2 Tho Loc Industrial Park up to February 2, 2025 is over $3 billion United States dollars. As of January 2025, VSIP Nagi and 1 Industrial Park has attracted 55 investment projects.
Information from the Civil Aviation Authority of Vietnam shows that during the Lunar New Year, Tet, holiday from December 25, 2024 to January 6, 2025, the number of passengers passing through airports nationwide was 16% higher than the same period last year. With approximately 3.6 million passengers, on the record day of December 25, Tan Son Nhut Airport handled more than 1,000 takeoffs and landings, an increase of 10% compared to the same period in 2024. With 152,000 passengers, the Civil Aviation Authority of Vietnam said that the problem that emerged during some peak days during Tet was the situation of cancellations or delayed flights. The main cause was foggy weather and low clouds. The second reason is airport infrastructure overload, which prolongs the time planes have to wait to enter the parking lot and exit the runway.
This morning, February 4th, domestic gold prices increased sharply in the context of world prices reaching a historical peak and only a few days left until the God of Wealth Day. Both SJC gold rings and gold bars are priced at over 90 million Vietnamese dongs per tael. In the world market, gold prices reached a record high thanks to demand for safe haven assets. After the U.S. tariff policy on Canada, China and Mexico increased concerns about inflation. Experts predict that if this trade tension continues for a long time, gold prices may increase sharply in the coming time. Gold is often considered a safe haven investment during times of economic or geopolitical instability.
As the Tet holiday gradually comes to an end, bus and train stations are busier than ever. Tens of thousands of workers are rushing back to big city to continue their journey of making a living. They leave their home with worries and regret, but also with determination for the future. A new journey has begun, bringing new hopes. Nghệ An's economy will develop more and more so that they can return to work on their homeland.
Arriving at Vinh bus station in the late afternoon, Ms. Ha Thi Lin, living in Kỳ Shan district, is preparing to catch the evening bus to Bac Ninh to return to work. To make a living, she has had to leave her children at home with her grandparents and travel to other provinces to do all kinds of jobs for more than 6 years now. And every year, on the 5th and 6th of Lunar New Year, even though she doesn't want to, she still has to go.
It would be more fun to go home, but because of life, I have to leave my hometown to work.
Starting from the 4th of Tet, many workers from urban districts flock to Vinh City to travel to the north and south. At bus and train stations, units have had to increase trips and adjust schedules to serve customers in the best way. Specifically, on peak days such as the 4th, 5th and 6th of Lunar New Year, there were 150 to 160 trips departing a day instead of only 100 trips like normal days before Tet.
Having a job near home is better. I can save money on travel. I have not to pay for accommodation. No need to be away from my children.
Because of life, I have to work far from home. If I have the chance, I am willing to return to my hometown to work.
The overall picture of the difficulties of workers far from home, Nghệ An, is gradually changing with positive signs in the economy. In 2024, foreign direct investment (FDI) attraction reached a record of nearly 1.7 billion United States dollars, the highest ever. With this improvement, in the following springs, many workers may not only return to celebrate Tet, but also return to start a business at their homeland.
That is the end of today's news. Thanks for your watching and see you next time.